Motivation is not what you need. It is not what you need if you're looking to either create the habit of working out or create some movement or change in your life and get unstuck, okay? I'm gonna share with you today what it is you need that comes before motivation. A lot of us think that it starts in motivation. Honestly, it starts well before that, and we're gonna cover that today. You're gonna love this tip. It is actionable and it is based on science. I'm gonna share more about that in a moment. So my name is Dr. Jake Kavanaugh of thevibemindset.com. I'm a high performance mindset coach for athletes. So let's get into it. So let's say, for example, I'm gonna illustrate this point with an example, and then we're gonna tell you what you truly need. So let's say, for example, you want to start working out. Very common. I think every single one of us has wanted to either eat right or start working out. This probably applies to every single one of us, right? But we don't stick to it. Well, why? Well, here's the word. There's one word, and that word is very simple. And hear me out. When you hear it, you're going to say, no, it can't be that simple. Hear me out and wait until you see where this goes. You'll see the exact, it's going to be crystal clear to you why this is what works. Did I say crystal clear? Yes. Why? Because what you need is clarity. Clarity. Okay? Watch this. So let's say, for example, I call you right now and I'm on the phone and say, hey, what's up? What's going on? Hey, so what are your goals? I'm just curious, New Year's around the corner. What's your New Year's resolution, right? Everyone wants to ask that. And my question is answered from you with, well, I just want to start, working out, eating healthier. Okay, that's everyone. So, all right, cool. That's okay. Are we done with the conversation? Is that it? Well, I just want to start working out and eating healthier. That's where the conversation ends. That is the most general statement with a lack of specificity and lack of clarity. That's just like saying to yourself, hey, you want to get together for dinner? Yeah. Oh, great. All right, cool. Hey, take care. What's the next step? Where's the clarity? Where is the next step that is within? And this is where I get really pumped. What's one thing that you can do that's within a 24-hour period? In other words, before the sun sets today or before you go to sleep today, what is 1, 2, maybe even 3 actions that you can take today to inch towards that goal? Okay, so let's run it through again. Now, here's where the opportunity lies for you if you, in fact, let's say, want to start working out and eating right. Let's combine them both together. So instead of saying that that's all you want to do, so you want to get specific on the who, what, when, where, and why. So let me explain. First, you want to think about, okay, well, when's this going to start? And now when we talk about when is this going to start, don't just say, oh, this is going to start on New Year's Day, or this is going to start next year. Next year, there's 12 months and 365 days in next year. That is a very general, not specific, not clear statement. Get clear based on time. So when is this going to start? Oh, it's going to start on the 1st. Okay. That still narrows it down to a 24-hour time period. All right, he's getting picky on me. No. Trust me. I'm not getting picky. I'm getting specific. There's a difference. So let's get clear. When is it going to start? Well, when I wake up. Okay. So when you wake up, well, what time is that? Well, when I wake up, I usually wake up around, let's say 5:30. Okay, so at 5:30 on January 1st, you're going to start eating right and working out. Okay, great. Now we're getting somewhere, but give me some more clarity because I still don't know what you're going to do. And my guess is that if I don't know what you're going to do and I can't see it, I can't feel it, I can't understand or comprehend it, how can you? And the whole thing is if you don't know what you're going to do and you don't have a plan, maybe I should mention you should have a plan. If you don't have a plan that is crystal clear and specific, almost like something you could hand someone on a silver platter and say, hey, just do this. You don't even have to think. That's the key. You don't even have to think. Because if you have to think, that's when all of a sudden you start letting fear come in, procrastination, talking yourself out of it. When you have to think, that's when things start to go wrong. You want this so it's almost automated, okay? And so this is also what it would look like. So you'd say, all right, well, I'm going to start, okay? Well, you're talking about working out. Well, what are you going to do? What do you mean I'm going to work out? I'm just going to work out on January 1st. Okay, are you working out at home? Are you working out somewhere else? I was going to work out at home. Oh, great. That's still not specific enough. All right, tell me more. Well, you're gonna work out at home. All right, what kind of workout? You can do cardio, weight training, HIIT workout. Well, I'm gonna do cardio. Okay, great. Still not specific enough. How long are you gonna do the cardio for? Well, I think I'm gonna start off for a half hour. Well, hold up for a minute. Hold up. Habits precede outcomes, okay? A habit is a process, and a process precedes an outcome. Let me explain. If you want to get into the habit of working out 30 minutes, I don't know, every day, every other day, 3 times a week, whatever it is, you don't want to go from nothing. You don't want to go from 0 to 60 in 2.1 seconds because it ain't going to happen. You want to go from 0 to first step to next step to second step. You don't want to go from 0 to 30 minutes in cardio. What you want to do is build a habit first. So what does that look like? Well, call me foolish, but I'm telling you this works. And a lot of you are going to be like, no way, I can do more than that. I can do more than that. Hey, hear me out. You're better off starting off by saying, day 1, I'm going to do cardio for 1 minute. Day 2, 2 minutes. Day 3, 3 minutes. Now, first thing you're going to think of while I'm saying this is, well, that's ridiculous. Like, it's not like a lack of motivation. You're going to get defensive. A lot of people get defensive when I offer this to them. They say, I can do more, I can do more. And they all of a sudden come at me. It's amazing how many people come at me and attack me for this advice. But hear me out. The goal of setting this small, tiny action is to remove all the resistance to it. Because if we go the other direction, so first of all, if I tell you to work out or do anything for a minute, you can do it, right? Okay, so where's the resistance? 0, right? There's no resistance. And so when I say 30 minutes, what often happens is people say, no, I can do 30. Okay, you think you can do 30, and I'm not saying you can't, but there's some resistance. You may not have enough time. You may all of a sudden find you're running behind and you just don't have that 30 minutes because you only have like 12 minutes, right? Well, if your plan is to work out for 30 minutes, and then in the heat of the moment, as you're about to work out, you realize you only got 12 minutes. You know what you're gonna do? You ain't gonna work out. Because your plan and your expectation was to work out for 30 minutes. You now realize you have 12. So guess what you're going to do? No worries, bro. No worries. I'll just do it tomorrow. Tomorrow ain't coming. Tomorrow is not coming. Okay? Tomorrow never comes. Focus on today. Same day, same day, same day. Same day. Okay? That's how you make a habit stick. That's where you get the clarity first that gives you the drive and the motivation to get things done. When you make it a commitment, a discipline of same-day action without resistance, you're on the right path. So let's take it back. Now all of a sudden we say, all right, I'm going to work out for a minute. All right, that was easy. Okay. Now you do it the next day. Still no resistance, and you add a minute. What happens is there's no resistance, but what's great is you don't realize it, but you've started to change the things that you're doing around this habit to support the habit. In other words, you're not making plans that are close to you working out because, hey, I want to get my workout in. I want to give it time. I want to give it priority, right? That's one thing. Secondly, another thing is you don't realize it, but as you start to create a habit, you start to oftentimes, it's automated, right? You don't even think about it. So here you are initially having to think about it. Now what happens is your body becomes the mind. When you have to think about something, your mind's the mind. But where a habit comes in is a habit is an automated response, right? So let's say, for example, we're going to talk about this in a moment. Let's say you piggyback this habit off of brushing your teeth. So you wake up in the morning, you make your coffee, you do your morning routine, and let's say you get to the point where you're making your morning coffee. You make your morning coffee. Okay. If you're making your coffee every single morning, what you do is you piggyback this new habit. And this could be, you could piggyback it off of anything. Brushing your teeth, making coffee, doesn't matter, right? But you find a pre-existing habit and you piggyback this new habit on it, right? So now all of a sudden it becomes the trigger because there's 3 parts to a habit. Let me explain this briefly. There's a trigger, And depending on, I'm going to keep it simple. I believe there's 4, but I don't want to get into the second part of that 4 because it's just too much for this video. There'll be another video for that coming soon. But for today's purposes, think of a cue or a trigger or a reminder. That's step 1. 2 is the actual action, working out or eating right, whatever it is. And then 3 is the reward. So this is what we call the habit loop. So it's the trigger, the response, and then it's the reward, okay? So when we talk about triggers, what's a powerful trigger is one that already exists. So when you're making coffee and you start to piggyback the idea that, hey, once I'm done with this coffee, that's when I work out. Then all of a sudden you start to say, oh, coffee's brewing. Your brain automatically starts saying, oh, hey, this is when I do my cardio and I know today's day 3, so I only have to do 3 minutes. So once I'm done with this coffee, I'm gonna go downstairs, I'm gonna do my 3 minutes of cardio. Perfect, okay. And then you always wanna have some sort of reward afterwards to close out that habit loop. Maybe it's a clap, or you can even reverse it where you make the coffee the reward. So then you start to realize, hey, it's time for me to make my coffee. You say, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm going to use that as a reward. You can also bring that workout habit ahead of it. You could also do the eating healthy habit ahead of it. Hey, I'm going to make myself a fresh omelet with vegetables. Okay, and then after that, after I'm done cooking that, my coffee will be ready. And as I'm eating this healthy omelet, I will drink my coffee with it. You can combine them 2 together. There's all kinds of ways to do it, but always remember, you want to set triggers. And so another trigger you can do to work out in the morning is have your workout outfit laid out the night before. Because now all of a sudden you wake up, you go into the bathroom to do your morning routine, brush your teeth. All of a sudden, let's say you have your workout outfit hanging up in the bathroom somewhere, or maybe it's in your room when you wake up. It is a trigger, cue, or reminder that, hey, today we're working out. I would have forgotten if I didn't see it. And now all of a sudden you have this additional trigger and reminder, okay? So, don't forget, we're not outsmarting anyone or anything here. What we're doing is using the power of habit, which is what has kept us alive for many, many years and is part of how we conserve energy. Because don't forget, your brain is only 2% of the weight of your entire body, but it consumes about 20% of your energy. And so how do we conserve energy? Through automation, right? Even just thoughts, they burn so much energy that we've had these habitual patterns of thought, these habitual patterns of response, these habitual patterns of reactivity to things in our environment. That's why if someone says something to you and you react a certain way, it's because you're consistent not just with the pattern of behavior to conserve energy, but also to maintain alignment with who you believe you are, also known as your identity. And so the body and the mind are so highly precise and highly detailed and so beautifully created to conserve energy. And so what we have to do is embrace these processes, embrace these facts, and use them to our advantage and not let them control us, but manage them so we are in control, okay? And so one of those steps is through habit formation. And so let's go back to the original thing here, which is we're looking for motivation. We're finding that motivation through clarity and through being intentional and through optimally being intentional same day. Now, when I say intentional, what I'm talking about is the art of getting crystal clear on what I intend to experience, what I intend to feel, what I intend to create in my reality. Don't forget, your reality is a summation of an infinite number of multiple, tiny, small little decisions you make at every given moment. Where am I focusing my attention? What am I thinking about? What feelings am I experiencing? What feelings am I allowing to stay within my experience? Am I shifting my thoughts? Am I shifting my vibe? How am I manipulating my environment? Where am I placing my focus and energy and attention? Is it in the past? Is it in the future? Is it in the now, which is all that truly exists, the power of now? When you start to really look at some of these things, you start to see all these opportunities. And that's what I'm hoping this video is doing for you right now, is that you're seeing all these little minute opportunities that are small, but when frequently brought together same day over a period of multiple days, all strung together, starts to create this automated process that starts to create this change, right? It's no different than if you said, hey, I want to be more spiritual. Okay, all you need to do is think about one thing that you can get crystal clear on doing today. I want extreme detail so that all the ambiguity is pulled away from it. And then say, how can I implement this today? And then you do it once. Now, you're not a spiritual person after doing it once, but if you can make it a habit, guess what happens? After day 2, 3, and 4, the resistance starts to decrease. You start to automatically almost feel uncomfortable if you're not doing that habit at that specific time in that specific way, right? Because one thing about habits that's great about them is they start to become comfortable over time. But the beauty of that is not so much the comfort that they provide, it's the discomfort that is initiated when they are not activated on. Because then when we don't feel comfortable, we start to realize why. We shift our focus towards, oh, wow, I need to do this to feel comfortable again, okay? And then that's where certainty, familiarity, comfortability awaits us in the actual habit itself. And so it's almost like this self-fulfilling kind of loop, if you will, right? And so when we go back into this, what we want to do is get crystal clear, okay? And we want to get crystal clear, and we want to get so clear that everything is same day actionable. Same day actionable. Matter of fact, if you want to challenge yourself, take it to another level. How can I take action on this in some form or capacity to achieve this within an hour? Maybe you can even break it down to less. But if you can at least get it to same day or even same hour, but let's stick with same day because that's plenty. If you can get clear on how you can achieve that which you desire today, and you initially in the morning, first thing you do, get in the habit of waking up and setting that intention for whatever habit it is you want and whatever feeling associated with it you want to experience, which is the ultimate icing on the cake. Because think about this, we do everything for a feeling. If you're in a relationship, it's not that you want to be in a relationship so much as you want the feeling of love associated with the relationship. If you work out, it might be to feel attractive, feel healthy, right? Everything we do is for a feeling. So if your intention in the morning can be to set a feeling-based intention as opposed to a to-do list, which is what most of us do, and you have this intention-based desire that you want to feel during the day, such as accomplishment, pride, momentum. Now you've all of a sudden set yourself up for true success because now you can do the things that support or elicit that feeling. And in addition, you can even go another step further, which is to activate your imagination and to imagine yourself eating healthy. Imagine what you'll look like and feel like after eating healthy. Obviously, you're not going to look any different, but so we'll go look different maybe in 3 months, right? But imagine what you're going to feel like. It's like, wow, I'm going to feel like I took a step in the right direction. If I work out, I'm going to feel my heart rate raised. Like I can actually imagine in detail by activating all 5 of my senses to the point where I can almost feel as if I've already done the workout. And the beauty of that is I've decreased the barriers once again by making that which is unknown known, that which is uncertain certain, that which is unfamiliar familiar, and that which is uncomfortable comfortable, because I've already imagined in my head so clearly by activating my sight, my sounds, the smells, the feeling, that my body can't tell the difference between what is real and what's imagined, and I already feel like I worked out. I already feel like I ate healthy, okay? This is where your imagination is one of the greatest gifts that we do not tap into enough, okay? When you can imagine it to that point where you start to make your body become the mind and you make your body feel comfortable, then there's no resistance. There's much less resistance when you move towards something. You move towards that goal, it's like, wow, it already feels familiar. And that's why a lot of times athletes who visualize or use their imagination perform better because they've already imagined it to the point where those scenes feel comfortable and familiar and there's no resistance to them, okay? There's so many more things to cover in this topic, but let's go finish out with this. My name is Dr. Jake Kavanaugh of the Vibe Mindset. We have courses, we have coaching programs, we have a lot to offer you. But let me just leave you with this. Check out our website, thevibemindset.com, get on our email list, DM me, email me, but just please do one thing. If you have a goal, something you want to achieve, just write down as specific and clear as you can get. The who, the what, the when, the where, the how. Get clear and make it same day actionable clarity. I give you my word, I promise you, if it doesn't work, which it will, you can come into my refrigerator and I've got way too many vegetables. Help yourself to some of my vegetables. I live in Connecticut here in the States. You're more than welcome to knock on the door gently if it's before 4:30. And I go to bed kind of early at like 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So as long as you're kind, gently knock. I'll leave the door unlocked. You guys can come in, take what you want if it doesn't work. And I can only tell you that because I know this is going to work. All right. And I love how, hey, the lights must be my signal to wrap this up. So if you like the tips I've offered here, we offer more tips on how to manage your emotions, create habits that serve you, break the habits that don't, how to raise your vibe. There's so many amazing things when we talk about the power of your mindset. We've got other videos for you to check out if you'd like. Thank you so much. You rock. Get clear. You got this. Let's win today. Set that feeling-based intention. Build those habits. You have got this. All right, take care.